What seems to be the problem, pal?
There's just so much pain in the world, so many issues. I don't think I can bear it.
Well, friendo, it sounds like you could use a dose of pop culture roulette.
Pop culture roulette? What's that? Some sort of pop culture themed podcast or something?
That's right, sonny boy. When hope seems far, dive into some PCR.
But I already get my entertainment news from Variety.
Huh, that's pretty good. If you're a chucklehead, PCR gives you news you need, condensed, unfiltered, and raw, from three nerds who know a little something about something.
Wow, okay, sign me up.
That's the spirit. Pop Culture Roulette. New episodes every Monday, available on all major podcast directories.
Welcome to Moving Panels One Shot. Let's have a nerdy little conversation. And today I've brought back Ruby, as we are going to discuss her first watch through Phase 2 of the MCU. How are you, Ruby?
Good.
Okay, so anything you want to say before we begin, or do you want to go ahead and start talking about each movie?
Let's go ahead and start.
Okay, so we start things off with Iron Man 3, where Tony has to deal with kind of the PTSD of the events that happened in the Avengers.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't really like that movie. I see why Iron Man 1 has to do with the Marvel Universe, but I don't see why the other ones have what they have to do.
Well, again, this one had to do with him dealing with what he saw in Avengers, where not only does he realize aliens exist or people from other dimensions, however you want to look at it, but he actually almost died by pushing that bomb through the portal, and then not sure if he would actually make it back, but luckily he did.
I keep mixing Iron Man 3 with Avengers Age of Ultron.
Okay.
I keep mixing scenes together with it.
Well, this was the one, Iron Man 3 was the one where he had to take on the extremist people that were injecting themselves with something that kind of made them look like they had lava going through their body.
Like Pepper?
Yeah, and then Pepper actually injects herself with it at the end, or I guess that she's injected with it, and then she ends up using it to help stop AIM and all the extremist people. So, what were your thoughts about all that?
Meh.
Okay. All right, so a meh from Ruby. You didn't like Iron Man 2 either, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, well, moving on, because it starts off very dreary in Phase 2.
Yeah, it does.
We've got Thor: The Dark World, where we also get introduced to another one of the Infinity Stones with the Aether, the red stuff that they deal with in that. What were your thoughts about Thor: The Dark World?
It was good.
Yeah.
I put a question mark at the end of that. Where, I mean, he's, well, it's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, it was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah. But the funniest part of it is when he drops his keys into the portal thing and they don't come back.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think about the death of Loki?
Wasn't a real death.
No, but you know, it makes it seem like he's really dying.
Yeah, but since I've watched some things ahead in the Marvel Universe, I could really tell that he didn't actually die, 'cause, yeah.
What about the death of Thor and Loki's mom?
Horrible. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch this one with you. You watched this one with your mom, because I was busy with other things. So I didn't get to experience your...
You didn't like it. That's the reason.
Well, no, I said you could, because I wasn't real big on rewatching it.
Oh.
So
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right, next up, the third movie, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This is where you get introduced to Bucky as the Winter Soldier.
Not really
Yeah,
introduced
but
to
as the
Bucky.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And with it, you also get introduced to Falcon.
Oh yeah. I love at the beginning when they're racing.
Yeah, and he says, "On your left."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sam's like, "Don't you do it! Don't you do it!" And he still goes, "On your left."
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Now, did you really get the political nature of this movie?
I don't know what that means.
So there was a lot of where the stuff that was being done was all happening because of Hydra taking over S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was weird, honestly, because I'm still confused.
Yeah, because that was where, when Captain America's in the elevator with all the guys, he realizes that all the guys are actually with Hydra, and they're there to take him out.
That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, really cool little elevator scene. Then he has to jump out, and then he gets on the motorcycle and
that was cool.
Goes up against a jet. One of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s little jets and whatnot. So any thoughts about Captain America: The Winter Soldier you want to discuss? Since you were kind of confused by it.
I have one question.
Okay.
I forgot how Nick Fury almost died. When we see him in the hospital, and then he appears in another movie.
Yeah, no, so that was when, if you remember, Nick Fury was in Captain America's apartment. And then he's shot at by the Winter Soldier.
Oh.
And they think that they fake his death, is what they do.
Oh, yep.
And then he shows back up at the end to surprise the bad guy. And then we also get to see him remove his eye patch.
We do?
Yep. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, he removed his eye patch. All right. Now we're going to talk about what I can already say is your favorite.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. So all of a sudden the mood shifted. The tone of these movies shifted. And we went to Guardians of the Galaxy. And what were your thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy?
Awesome.
What did you like about it?
The whole movie.
Okay.
Whole movie. But, I do like the part where it was confusing to me at first when he grabbed the, stone and didn't die immediately.
Yeah. When Peter grabs the Power Stone at the end. Yeah. But then they all hold hands and they share the power.
And then Rocket's just holding what's left of Groot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what did you think about Groot's kind of sacrifice to save the rest of the Guardians?
Every time I think of it, tears come into my eyes. But Baby Groot is adorable.
Yeah, then you got Baby Groot in the end credits. What did you think of the humor of the movie? Do you think it was too silly, or was it too different from the other movies?
Just the right amount of silly.
Just the right amount of silly. Okay. And what did you think about the fact that they all didn't really like each other at first?
Wow. Because, I mean, you go from hating each other so much that you fight, laying down, to teaming up and fighting against the assistance of Thanos.
Yeah. All right, so then we got to the next Avengers movie. This one was Avengers Age of Ultron, where you got Quicksilver and Natasha, not Natasha.
Well, still Natasha.
Yeah, Natasha's in it, but my mind went to Natasha.
Wanda.
Wanda. Yeah. So you got Quicksilver and Wanda introduced in this one.
Well, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, but they're just Pietro and Wanda. They
Yeah.
never really get the names. She doesn't get the name Scarlet Witch until the television show.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So, what'd you think of Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Very short introduction on Quicksilver.
Are you talking about how he's introduced and then he's killed at the end of the movie?
Yep.
Well, that's a Joss Whedon thing. The guy who directed the movie, he does that in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
with Groot.
I guess you could say that with Groot. What did you think of Ultron as a villain?
Since I watched What If and what if Jarvis goes full Ultron, I honestly thought that Ultron was just Vision, but he's really not.
Yeah, but he builds Vision to be his organic body, like his perfect body.
Yeah.
That's what Vision is built for. We got introduced to Vision.
Oh yeah, and Juan.
Yeah. What'd you think about the scene? Speaking of Vision, actually before Vision, what'd you think about the scene where they all of the Avengers are trying to lift Mjolnir?
Oh, it was weird when Captain America moved it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so weird when Vision just tossed it.
Yeah, just kind of easily picks it up and hands it to Thor, and then I think he even uses it later when they're in the big fight.
Yeah.
All right.
He's very worthy.
Any other thoughts about Age of Ultron?
I like how you get to see how Wanda's powers work.
Oh yeah, with the way that she messes with their minds.
Yeah.
And what about the fight between Tony and Hulk, where Tony had to use the Hulkbuster suit?
That was hilarious. I love the part where Tony's punching Hulk and he spits out a tooth and Tony goes, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. All right. Any other things from Age of Ultron?
No.
All right, and then finally, ending up at the end of Phase 2, we had Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
A little comedy, crime, caper type movie. What were your thoughts on Ant-Man?
I like how we got to see Peggy Carter again.
Oh yeah, in the opening when you see the Hank, kind of the background for Hank Pym, you got to see Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
But what about the actual movie? What'd you think of Ant-Man?
Oh, it was really funny, and I was kind of scared when she said they're biting ants, and at first I was scared, and then I was like, wait, did she say ants? No problem.
Well, I don't know. There are some ants out there that if they bite you, it's supposed to hurt really, 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 really bad. What were your thoughts about I know that one of your mom's favorite scenes is the fight scene at the end with the Thomas the Tank Engine. When they're on the train.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about that scene?
That was funny.
That's it. That was funny. That was it.
Yeah. But
Nothing.
it was also very cool.
Yeah. You like how it looks like this big, grand, epic fight, and then they show it from a regular perspective, and you just see something get knocked over.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we know the answer to this, but which was your favorite movie of this phase?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. And which would you say is your least favorite?
Iron Man.
Iron Man 3 over more than Thor? More than Thor: The Dark World? Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So next up, you've got Phase 3, which is the big one. There's a whole bunch of movies in that one. Taking a look at the list of the Phase 3 movies, which one are you most excited about?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
How would I have guessed? All right. Which one are you maybe a little unsure about?
Honestly, like I said, we've like earlier, like way before Daddy even had a podcast, we watched Captain Marvel.
Yeah, you've seen Captain Marvel before.
But I'm kind of unsure about that because the only thing I remember is Captain Marvel.
Okay. What are your thoughts about finally getting to Infinity War and Endgame, which are supposed to be the really big movies? Endgame, even though it's not the last movie in the phase, Spider-Man Far From Home is, Endgame is literally kind of the end of this storyline that started with the first Iron Man.
Once I watch Infinity War, I can watch the holiday special. So...
Yeah, we've made the deal. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that's out right now, we've made a deal that she cannot watch it until she watches Infinity War at least. Because we didn't want too many spoilers to maybe come out of it. There might be more than we think, but there's at least the one that we didn't want to be spoiled. I know that she needs to watch Endgame for part of it, but she's not going to wait that long.
I probably know that Tasha's gonna die.
So, but anyway, what do you think about finally starting into the Spider-Man movies? Not interested in the Spider-Man movies?
Well, I kind of am interested. Well, Spider-Man is cool because he can just... he has spider powers. But... Okay. Well, for Christmas, I also got a Miles Morales book.
Yeah? What's your thought about seeing Civil War, where the heroes are going to fight each other?
That's going to be a doozy.
Yeah? All right. Well, anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to talk about when it comes to your watching through the MCU? Because, you get through Phase 3, you pretty much have seen certain things. We are going to go back and watch all of the original Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
So that'll come once you finish with Phase 3. We're also going to...
Which will happen never.
It'll happen. Again, there are a lot of movies. And then when we get to Phase 4, you've actually seen a good chunk of those already, but we'll probably re-watch them so that you can kind of see it all play out in the order it was intended to be played out.
Wakanda Forever is not even out yet.
Well, it came out in theaters. It's not out yet to purchase. But probably by the time you get to it, we'll be able to stream it.
Yeah.
Or buy it. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll end it there. And we're here at the end of the year 2022. We just had Christmas. Hope everybody had a great Christmas.
I'm tired.
And we're heading into the new year. And so, Ruby, is there anything you want to wish everybody a Happy New Year? Or you want to still wish them a Merry Christmas even though it was yesterday?
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Rate and review the show. And tell us what you think. And share it with other people. Make it a New Year's resolution to get more people listening to Moving Panels because you like it, you love it, and you want to share it with other people. But for today, for Moving Panels, I'm Laramy Wells, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback Podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback Podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.